AJ, I want to start off with how you're adjusting to your role. No snaps defensively week one, 30 week two. You've started a ton of games over the course of your career. So how's it been for you so far this season?
It's been good. I think one thing that's been good for me since I've been here in Buffalo has been clarity from the coaching staff. They give me a clear week to week look at what the game plan holds for me and my particular role, whether it's base defense, nickel, subbing in and out, or just being the next guy up if something were to happen. So, and as well, transitioning back into being a guy that can contribute to special teams. Last week I was on 4 phases until I played in that second half. I came off of 1. And the week before, I think I was 3 phases, but obviously no defensive snaps in week 1. But just being able to kind of take it as it comes and be able to know multiple positions helps me.
For a veteran guy like yourself to go play special teams, and that's the ultimate team, being a team player, being a teammate, wanting to be able to contribute in any way possible. Is there a different mentality when you're asked to do that, to go on those core teams?
No, not at all. I mean, I think I would rather have it that way and be active on game day and be able to help this team win, because one, I know I can make plays on special teams and I can help this team win rather than being down and not playing at all. So for me, but I've played special teams my entire career. Even when I was a starter, they asked me to play 1 or 2 phases. Same thing last year when I started last year. I was playing 1 or 2 phases per week. So it's nothing new for me. I've always done it since day one, since I got in the NFL.
You mentioned the clarity from the coaching staff when you made a decision to sign with Buffalo last year. How much did your familiarity with Sean McDermott, Buffalo coach, you guys were together in Carolina, how much did that contribute, and how much do you enjoy being around Sean, his philosophy? And I had the experience of seeing him in Philly several years ago, and I know he's very well liked by the players.
Yeah, it definitely was a contributing factor, and obviously knowing Bean as well from the front office side of it, and obviously some former players that guys that I play with Starr, and obviously Mario signed on, Leonard Johnson, who I actually play with, who's now one of our coaches here. But I just knew that this team was going to be competitive, that this team was going to do big things and continue to win football games. So it was something that I wanted to be part of.
You guys came so close last year to reaching the Super Bowl, and coming into this season, the Buffalo Bills are a popular pick by a lot of people to get there. How do you not allow those high expectations from outside affect the way you prepare or you approach a week-to-week basis?
Well, in my personal opinion, expectations don't mean anything. Last year doesn't mean anything. It's a new season. It's a new team. We have new pieces, but that still doesn't change our ultimate goal of getting back to the AFC Championship game and actually reaching a Super Bowl, winning a Super Bowl. But it's a week-to-week league, and you look at scores from week 1 and week 2. There's games that what people would consider upsets, and there's always going to be surprises. And I think that's the best part about the NFL is every week anybody can win. Any given Sunday, right? The old cliche. This game is separated by 3-4 plays a game, maybe. Very often, or very, very few times, is there blowouts, or are there blowouts in the NFL game? So it's an every week mentality. You got to be ready to play every single week, because if you don't bring your best and put your best foot forward, you're going to get beat.
AJ, you sacked Russell Wilson twice in a game last year. You sacked Kyler Murray, and those are 2 very mobile quarterbacks. What does it take? What's the key to being able to be disciplined and bring down guys like Russell, like Kyler, who can move around so well in the pocket, escape, create plays, and do everything else with their legs?
Well, I think first and foremost, I think the coaching staff putting us in positions to make those plays. I didn't do anything special against Seattle. They lined me up on the edge, and they gapped down the protection and cut me free. I didn't do anything special. It was a great defensive call that allowed me to make a play. As far as Kyler, I know he's a very mobile quarterback. I almost had him once earlier in the game. And again, it was more of just a scramble situation, trying to force him out of the pocket and chase him down before he gained a yard. And they, luckily enough, gave me a sack. So I don't think it's anything special, but I think first and foremost, the coaching staff putting us in the right positions to make those plays, whether it's blitzes, zone coverages, man-to-man, whatever it's going to be, and then executing that defense. But obviously, it always starts with our defensive line. If our defensive line isn't getting the quarterback, or if they aren't creating issues, right, guys like me can't come free. So it always starts with them. I give them props because they're the guys that do it every single time.
What did you learn playing with a guy like Luke Kuechly in Carolina? Obviously, one of the best to play at that position.
Obviously, Luke's a great friend, great teammate, great player. I think with Luke, his attention to detail and how he studied the game, his respect for the game, and just how he went about being a pro. I think there's something that always resonated. It was more, how can you be a servant leader to other people? I think Luke was a great example of being a servant leader, whether it's asking guys if they want to drink, getting up at lunch when he grabs something for himself, or staying after and leading film on Fridays real quick after practice. I think he was one of those guys that obviously wanted to get the best out of every single player, every single teammate, but the relationship aspect and the relationships that you create is a true testament to his character and the person he is.
I know he wore the Q collar towards the end of his career. Did that influence you in wanting to try it out, and how important is it for you to have that on and be something that you feel goes out there and helps protect you?
Well, yeah. So Luke, actually, I think it was in 2016. I think that might have been the first year he was wearing it. 2017, 16. I can't remember exactly, but the first year I went to the Saints in 2017, he contacted me and asked if I had any interest in possibly wearing it. So I looked at all the research, and one of the guys came out to the facility, did the scans, got me fitted, and I decided to wear it. And I was like, what if anything, it's just going to help me. It's going to make me feel more secure, more protected. And actually, it's actually weird now. I don't have it on right now. I took it off, but if I don't have it on the field, I feel kind of naked, right? So it's one of those things that I've adapted to, that I feel like I have to wear, want to wear. But yeah, the research and everything that Luke was able to present to me, it's actually funny you bring him up, because he just texted me and I'm going to get another collar sent just to have an extra. But no, he was an influence. And I think the entire team that I worked with Q Collar did a great job presenting information and making me feel, one, comfortable wearing it. They asked my input. They asked how I felt wearing it. So it made me feel like I was helping contribute something to them as well.
Do you talk with other players, position group or other guys about wearing it?
Yeah, it's actually if guys have questions or ask about it, I'll definitely talk to them about it, explain to them what it is. It's actually funny how many guys probably on game days on the opposing teams always ask me what I'm wearing on my neck. And I always say it's Bluetooth. I always say it's a Bluetooth speaker, just kind of making a joke. But no, if guys ask me, I explain. I was like, hey, if you want more information, I can always pass along a phone number. So I'm always, it's exciting to hear guys be like, oh, I didn't know about that. It's one of those things where you're surprised that more guys don't know about the technology and where everything has kind of come from. So it would be nice to see more guys wearing it.